Jim, let's get the show started.
I want to start it with a little something called Pizza's in the Oven, baby.
Oven pizza.
Just remember that. Pizza's in the oven. It'll come up later.
Oh, I like
Cracking
that.
it.
Little ticking clock situation. If you show a pizza in the oven in Act 1, in Act 3, the pizza must be burnt.
Or,
this is how it goes.
In Act 4, you got to be a little thinner.
Next time I'll dream a little thinner. Oh, Keno, you can't.
Okay, Keno. Mike's mom.
Jesus, Keno. So rude, so mean.
Starting it off with a bang.
And if you're a Patreon supporter, you know all about that with our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle commentaries and all that. And speaking of the Patreon,
patreon.com/notlikethis, dropping 2 bombs today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at the timing on that. Well, then you'll know, dear listeners, that the Wrestling Rabbit Hole is the Hall of Fame. We cover the Hall of Fame for over 2 gosh darn hours. We didn't expect that, but that's what happened. So you're getting your money's worth on that Patreon.
Molly hours.
Wowzers. I'm not going to swear this episode, Jim.
Anymore. Not anymore.
And so we talk about the Hall of Fame. We break it down pretty thoroughly. And then, a little who should be in there, who's not in there, all that jazz. And then we talk about this upcoming Hall of Fame. Now, when we recorded it,
yes,
we there's like one person. There's like Molly Holly.
They screwed us a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. So it was Molly Holly and Eric Bischoff. That's all we had. And then as soon as we hit stop on the recording, they're like, "Oh yeah, how about some more people for you? How about Rob Van Dam? How about Kane? Damn it, that would have been good content."
I think we had Great Khali too when we recorded.
And the Great Khali, yeah. Whoops, forgot about that. Yeah. So what it sounds like, from what I'm hearing, is obviously we're still dealing with the China virus. So we're not going to have a big Hall of Fame. It's probably not even going to be an event. It's just going to be nothing.
Not according to WGN.
And so it sounds like they're like, all right, let's get some of these people in where we're not wasting time and real estate. Like nobody wants a Great Khali speech. Nobody's really wanting that. So I think that's
nobody's wanting that.
Nobody's wanting that. So I think that's why they're doing it this way. And then you got some legit folks.
You ain't wrong.
Like Kane. Kane's a big one. Deserves it.
I think he deserves it big time. And I thought it's weird that they didn't announce that sooner.
I just don't know if that means he's the
all right, He-Man.
If he's the headliner. That's why they waited so long. Because WrestleMania, it's like a week away. It's like a week or 2. So dumb. So maybe he's the headliner. And they're like combining them because they didn't do a hall last year because of COVID. So it's like a double up special. So we're still waiting on that NWO induction. So we'll see what the plan is there. But good for Kane. Good for the whole effing show.
Yeah, so I guess they're going in. The NWO's going in with like no fanfare this year, which is kind of a bummerooski.
They should just accept their award and their rings in a black and white NWO promo like back in the day, where it's like jerky cam and cuts and static,
yeah,
and voiceover. Hall of Fame. Like just have some fun with it.
Pizza's done. Dale's going to talk to you while I pull this pizza out of the oven.
In the oven. You gotta eat it up. All right, I'll look at some of my notes here. Something that Jim doesn't care about. The NFL's adding another game this season. There's going to be 17 games versus 16 games. I like it. Are we going to have one less preseason game? I hope so. Give me more football that matters. But yeah, I was just checking my Yahoo email and was just like, oh, by the way, Yahoo front page, they're adding an extra game. That's huge. That's big. That's big news. Big money. And another chance to see the Packers beat the shit out of somebody. Somebody I love. It's going to be an AFC team. So every year, your team plays a division in the other conference. I'm an NFC North guy, so we'll play like an AFC South division. And for the 17th game, it's going to be another AFC team, but not in that division, a different division. And he's got the pizza out of the oven. It's not delivery.
It's Jim.
It's best value pizza. He's like, I put the pepperoni on myself. I get a sausage and mushroom, but then I put my own pepperoni on it. God damn it.
I did have to arrange the pepperoni. It was all in 1/4 of the pizza when I opened the package.
It's because you drive like a lunatic. You hit that left.
Don't tell me how I drive.
Shifts about. So do we get to hear some sloppage as well? We're like, oh yeah, I love this thing about wrestling.
It's not for me. I'm a professional. I made sure I ate before the show. But my kid has no respect for the listeners, no respect for what I do.
Oh my!
Every week in and week out for 10 years in a row. So, Dad, can you do my pizza? It's got to preheat and I got to go.
Can you just throw it to me? And you just throw it on the roof like Breaking Bad.
Drop it in the sewer.
So speaking of wrestling, I was thinking of this earlier. Actually, I think I saw it on Reddit, but I was thinking more about it today. Because you have to give people credit, otherwise they'll burn your fucking house down.
Sure.
Are there any words or phrases in wrestling that have been ruined from you when you hear them in real life? Now, I'll start because you have to experience it all the time when we play Overwatch. Anytime any motherfucker says, well, I say, well, it's the big show.
Okay.
Can't help myself. Anytime somebody says the word drastic, I lose my shit and I go into the Scott Steiner. Your odds drastically improve with Samoa. I just start doing the math promo. Just the fucking word drastic is all I need.
Mine's disaster.
Disaster?
It spells disaster for you. But it's like spelled with the numbers and stuff when the guy did the video for his Scott Steiner promo. So disaster is one. I would say work. I use work all the time.
Okay.
And not only should I not use it because I'm not in the business, brother, I should probably just ease up on using like you're getting worked or this is a work or like it's not even a work. Like when I just mean I'm not kidding, I can't stop doing it. It's because I listen to too many wrestling podcasts.
Probably.
I think. Brother is one you can't say. I can't say the word brother. I wouldn't say it's ruined. Maybe it's enhanced. But
changed, altered.
Yes.
Anybody says no chance. I'm like,
yes,
that's
exactly.
all you got.
I thought of that one, but I went with work because when I say work, it bothers me.
Like I did it again.
Oh my God, people don't even know what you're talking about, and you sound stupid to yourself. So you're doing this for nobody's enjoyment.
Okay. I gotta smarten these people up.
Oh, I do that one too.
Yeah, there's almost any word is just ruined.
Yeah,
now
especially like the behind the scenes like kayfabe. Not that kayfabe comes up, but words like that, like the vernacular words. Anytime I use one of those, pop, like he popped. It was a big pop, which people usually understand that because it makes sense. But I say it more often than I should.
But more words that somebody else would say.
I say over way too much. Like, I'm gonna put this song's gonna go over, or we're gonna. Oh man, this pizza's gonna go over tonight. Like, it sounds so stupid.
Like if somebody hits you with, "Oh, you didn't know?"
Yeah, that one.
I'm like, stand back. Everybody stand back. I gotta finish this line. Your ass better call somebody.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anytime someone says it doesn't matter, that I picture The Rock interrupting and saying it.
Speaking of, Road Dogg had a heart attack. That's unfortunate.
Is he okay?
I don't know.
Because he's still with us?
He's around. I got no sympathy I got no sympathy. His odds of getting respect drastically go down. It's a disaster. I'm not a road dog guy. I don't like his politics.
Oh, neither does my dog.
He's a
You hear
fucking,
that shit?
says I'm the real road dog.
I got no sympathy for him either.
D-O-double-G.
Yada.
So I also wanted to bring this week. I'm starting to feel better. Quarantine, COVID life, just hard on everyone. It still is. We're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel with the vax life, hashtag vax life. Get vaccinated.
Get vaxxed.
Obviously, I'm hyped about going to the movies again. Mortal Kombat's probably going to be the first one in a couple weeks. Halloween Kills in October. That's starting to creep up. We're starting to get there.
It can't take a turn for the worse. I need that to happen.
And it's there's just things to look forward to again, like that. I'm a simple person. Just give me a handful of simple material things to look forward to, and I'm excited. And this one's huge, and I can't believe this went under our radar. If we ended up talking about this, and I don't remember because the way my memory is, just stop me. I can't fucking believe it. This is huge. This made my day. This is one of my days off, and all day I've just had a big old goofy smile on my face because of this news. And it's 2 weeks old. During a March interview, this is from heavy.com. During a March interview uploaded on the Cobra Kai Theory YouTube channel, the creator of the Karate Kid franchise, Robert Mark Kamen, confirmed that Terry Silver will be appearing in Cobra Kai Season 4.
We did not talk about this.
Now, we theorized, it all made sense. They set it up at the end of the season, but that doesn't mean shit. Now there it is.
Yeah, we talked
there
about
it is.
How they'll write the negotiations into a corner through the script, and we felt like they did that with Elizabeth Shue in the end of season 2, where he throws the phone, she accepts his friend request. It's like, well, now the expectations are that you're going to resolve this. You're going to need Elizabeth Shue. So they had Terry Silver as a character in the season. Mm-hmm. He was in multiple scenes and then said, no matter what, even if I do it in 1989, I'll come back and do it again. Well, I guess it was technically 86 or whatever, 85. I don't know. Because it's 5 years later. I'll come back and pay this back over and over again. Even if I have to help you in the 80s with a karate tournament, I will still owe you forever. And then
keep punching that card. You got like 3 more left.
He said if I needed anything ever, even if you already repaid it once, I could call you back again and you could repay it again. So
and you know what?
We knew what we needed.
I hope that scene's in there where he's like, didn't I fucking help you out? Like, why are you calling me?
Knowing these writers, I think that will be brought up.
What the fuck? Now you owe me one. Also, right. Yeah, so there's going to be a double turn at some point. It's going to be fantastic because that show is very pro wrestling.
I want him to be hot.
Great.
Like, I helped you once before, and you fucked it all up.
Oh, yeah, I definitely, I hope there's not a power struggle, but just that power dynamic is shifted.
There's no struggle.
A little bit.
Terry Silver has the power. Unless, what if he's flat broke now? Like, I'd love to help you, but
they got it. I need help from you. Can I sleep in the back room or something?
I tried to short GameStop.
Topical shit.
Yeah.
So I want to read just a little bit more from this heavy.com article. I just like it because there's just some tidbits that I didn't know. Before revealing the news, the writer explained that he created the character Terry Silver because Martin Kove had a TV commitment and could not appear in most of the Karate Kid Part 3. Due to this, Kamen was tasked to rewrite the script like really fast. Those are his words. So I didn't know that Terry Silver pretty much exists because Kove was like, I got this TV deal I got to do, so I can't do a lot of your picture.
I can't be over here being Chucky when I'm over there not being Chucky, but not on a show anyone remembers.
Look, I can't be Kreese when I'm busy over here being just a little bit of Kreese because he's still in the fucking thing. He's just not in it a lot. So I thought that was neat. And then just because they wanted to put a smile on my face. They gave me a couple more paragraphs. The writer continues here. He continues to praise Griffith, the actor who plays Terry Silver, stating that he was a gift from heaven. He also noted that the actor does not share any similarities to Silver, that's a good sign of an actor. He says Thomas
that he's not a supervillain?
Yeah, that's great. He says Thomas is a fun, gentle, happy, really deep guy. He's really cool. Terry Silver is an insane lunatic, and he was written that way because I had to get something that, because Marty couldn't be in everything. Kreese couldn't be in everything. I had to get something that was even worse. That took it to a crazy higher level. I love it. I love that process. I love being in a position where, like, I got a villain, but now you're telling me the actor can't fucking be there, so I got to write around it. That's fun. I've been there. I've had to work with characters that were not in my original script, and they were like, "Oh, by the way, this character exists in your script now." I'm just like, "Oh, awesome, thank you," and you just make the most of it, and you try to you make it work. You write around it, and that's what this guy Kamen did, and that's what all the good writers did, and they got fucking Terry Silver out of it, so it was worth it.
I think so. You think so? I think most of the Karate Kid universe fandom people don't think so, and that's on them. That's their loss. I'll take all of the Terry Silver I can get.
Oh no, I should have read all of this.
Oh no. No,
we'll
come
see.
on.
We'll see. Hang on. Kamen went on to say that he spoke to Griffith before he went down to Atlanta to shoot season 4.
Just stop right here.
I wish I could. We'll see if they listen to him, because Kamen had a request. He says he spoke to Griffith before season 4 and requested that he tone down the insanity when playing Silver on the show. Then he referred to the fact that the character is over the top in the 3rd installment of the martial arts franchise. When we meet him, he's in a bathtub with a glass of champagne. It's like, what are you doing? Said the writer. But we needed something, that was bigger than Kreese, and Kreese was a big something, God damn, he's such a writer, the way this guy talks. It's hilarious. And Marty is a big presence. He's a big something, so we needed something else, and Silver was it. Marty is, this solid, serious rock, and this guy he's just out of his mind, but funny. Everything is a joke to him, and he can indulge his worst fantasies, because he can. They could have omitted some of these, like
John Carpenter on season 4 of Cobra Kai.
So the writer of some of the franchise movies there suggested that the actor who plays Terry Silver, Thomas Ian Griffith, tone it down. Man, I hope he does not listen to that. That's not why I'm there. Although I do think that could be cool, because you know what's bubbling underneath. You know what he's capable of.
Yes.
But I still want to see it. I need to see it. I need to feel it.
I'm good if it comes out toward the end. But I understand that it's a 10-episode series, and we know the character already. So you don't start with him over the top nut job. But we better get over the top nut job at some point, or I'll be very disappointed.
Yeah. I think that's probably the combination that we'll get. We'll probably get a little bit of both. Because if he comes in guns a-blazing off the fucking private jet on the tarmac, that's going to be a wild-ass ride. So yeah, I expect maybe some dude acting, just the performance, maybe trying to solve it with a little money. I don't need to get upset. I know how to solve these problems now. And it doesn't work, because of these goddamn kids and LaRusso with his car dealership money. He's like, all right, I'm starting to get a little frustrated.
Yeah, I mean, maybe
these people
could get to a point where maybe he needs to make Daniel go away. Maybe he has a little accident. I'm rich.
We've seen some fighting. We've seen Daniel and Johnny. We've seen Kreese and people. The fantasy booking is just nonstop. We got Terry Silver versus LaRusso, of course. We have Terry Silver potentially going up against Kreese if they get tired of one another's shit. We've got Terry Silver maybe going up against Johnny Lawrence, which, fuck yeah, give me some of that. And then you got Terry Silver versus any of these goddamn kids, which would be hilarious.
And what you could have.
The shit out of them.
is Johnny Lawrence going up against his replacement, Karate's bad boy Mike Barnes.
Yes,
that.
I don't want that in season 4. I want that in the final season. I'm 100% on board. But this is the Terry Silver show.
If 5 is the final season, then yes. If we don't know what's going to happen, don't miss out. Please get that to me at some point. Here's what they're going to do, because they always do this in a good way. He can't be full Terry Silver because he has to butter people up. Maybe some characters that we like are going to take a liking to Terry, and he's changed, man. He's not the same. I actually don't think he's such a bad guy. Blah blah blah. Oh,
he's gonna play peacemaker, maybe a little mediator.
Yeah. Oh, Sensei, he bought me a new car and he paid my rent, and we were starving, and they're gonna do that because they always do that. That's their style with this show. And then the true Terry Silver will come out right at the end, and that's when you tell me Karate's bad boy Mike Barnes is coming up in season 5.
Yeah. Now, unfortunately, they kind of use that angle with Kreese. It's like, oh man, Kreese is manipulating these kids. They love Kreese. They don't know that he's a scumbag. So we've kind of already seen that. We'd probably get a more financial version of it where he's playing the money hero.
Yes. We can go down this hole right now.
I'd let it, please.
Because just because we know Terry Silver and Kreese knows Terry Silver, we've not heard him brought up in the modern day in the show. So when he says he needs some help, I think the strategy will be in the shadows and under the table and not out in the open, so maybe his help is he buys out Daniel's car dealership, or he buys the apartment where Johnny and COVID Brain, the main character of the show, where they live, and
Jorge.
It's not Jorge. I know that for certain, mostly. Hey, Ted. Who's the main character in Cobra Kai? What's his name? No, Miguel. Thanks.
Yes.
Not Ted. So Miguel, maybe he buys that apartment complex and demolishes it or something. Something where it's like, well, I don't know who could be doing this, but it's not me. I'm poor. I just run Cobra Kai.
Yeah. I hope that would be good. I need him in every episode, front and center. Not because like the way you're building it, we maybe see him, especially like the back side of the season, the second half of the season, probably. I need to see him. I need to see that private jet.
I think we can have him in the episodes and just have the main cast unaware of him being there, and he's just having like secret meetings with Kreese in the beginning, maybe some business people in the area.
Well, I
want him in as many episodes as possible,
because there's the one guy that owns the property that Johnny Lawrence is renting, and Daniel tried to get
guy. What's his name?
Yeah, exactly. So I'd give me that scene with Terry Silver, where Terry Silver just destroys him, like financially and just mentally. It's like, oh, he's in another level. You can't. You're a big fish, small pond. This is a big old fish. He's a big old whale.
Fish that Dale's catching. These ain't these little pond fish. These are big lake fish in this little pond.
And you have Daniel LaRusso's like car dealership rival. Like, what if he just like he could crush that guy as like maybe a sign of good faith, or the opposite? Maybe he bolsters that guy, and the threat against Daniel's doubled, and the odds are really against LaRusso. You got some opportunities, and there's no reason to believe that they're not going to come through with some entertaining stuff. Terry Silver is back. And nobody told me. Nobody, something happens in wrestling or there's Halloween news. People always come through and hey, did you see this? No, not a goddamn person hit me up on this. I'm very sad about that. I thought you guys were there for me.
I didn't know. And we are the Terry Silver people. It is up to us to bring this to other people.
This is true.
You more so than me, but
I fucking love it.
I'm right there.
I love it.
I've seen Karate Kid 3 many times.
There's a line in the Riff Tracks version of Karate Kid 3 that just sums up Terry Silver for me perfectly. And it's, I wish I loved anything as much as this guy loves being evil. Like that line, I'm like, yep. I wish I had that passion about anything as much as this guy just loves fucking these people's lives up. Because he loved it. He had such a good time.
Yeah, that smile. That was a smile of genuine joy on his face.
Mm-hmm.
And we start with the pain.
Maybe he's bad at karate now, though. Because he didn't stick with it. You know? Is there a scene where he just gets his ass beat? Man, I don't know. Maybe maybe he has trainers.
It's
maybe
interesting.
Maybe he's better than both of those guys combined. He takes on LaRusso and Lawrence at the same time. 2v1. Let's go.
We haven't seen him really fight. We've seen him in a gi training Daniel, but we haven't really seen him fight. We saw him like get his ass beat by Mr. Miyagi.
That's true.
But in that movie universe, Mr. Miyagi is like Superman mixed with Luke Skywalker. Like, you're not going to beat him ever. You're not even going to get like some good licks in. There's not even a believable scene would be like 6 guys in Okinawa eventually overpower this old man and beat the shit out of him. That doesn't even ever happen. He beats the fuck out of everybody all the time. There's not even a Shredder scene where Leonardo nicks his arm and you don't touch the guy ever. So I feel like that doesn't count with Terry. You know what I mean? He needs we haven't really seen him fight, so he could be really good still. He was Cobra Kai, like in the movie.
Yeah.
He's coming back to save Cobra Kai.
He had a love for it. So after the overseas Vietnam shenanigans,
Yeah, that's what we'll call war crimes. We'll call them shenanigans.
He went
Murdering
back
each other in the jungle for the joy of the Viet Cong. Shenanigans.
He went back to Stardew Valley, and did some Cobra Kai stuff with Kreese. So Kreese taught him. So he's Kreese taught. So that's legit. So that's legitimate.
Yes.
So he can. So I like that. The logic works that he's gonna be good as a fighter.
Good, baby.
I need a Alexa. When does Cobra Kai season 4 come out? Alexa, stop.
It comes out 8 months before Stranger Things season 4.
Yeah, fuck Stranger Things. That ship has sailed.
You think so? That's gonna be the hot ticket when that finally fucking ever comes out.
That's on par. You know what?
It's only been 4 years.
That is on the same level with me as American Horror Story.
No.
Where it comes out in a couple weeks and you kind of get hyped up, like, shit, it's sounding good. It's looking good. Some of the previous seasons were entertaining. Then it comes out and you're like, I'm all right. All right. After, I think, season 3, because, that's the last one for them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that I was kind of done. I was starting to fade out with a lot of season 2, let alone season 3. So I'll watch it. It'll come out around September, October, I'll watch it. But I'm not gonna.
I liked season 3 better. I think I liked when they added red hair girl. God damn, it's COVID brain. I like that they added her, Mad Max.
Yeah, I like Max. I like the brother.
But I feel like I liked the story I liked how different 3 was, where it's like, well, now you're out of high school and now you're just working at Baskin Robbins. What the fuck you doing with your life? Like, it has to go somewhere completely different now, or at least it has to get bigger. otherwise, what are we doing here? Whereas I felt like 2 was still, we were still leeching off the whole Will's back and
Yeah.
something's not right with Will. It took way too long to develop. I liked 3. I liked how goofy. I liked the goofy new characters in 3. I just have I feel like American Horror Story every season they're like, just wait till the 6th episode. Things are gonna get crazy or bad. And then you have like 19 more episodes. Where Stranger Things is pretty, what's 8, 9? You know, it's not bad.
Got a little Christopher Walken there. Whereas Stranger Things,
Yeah.
they tend to be more consistent.
I feel like they ran out of gas. Them trying to do something completely different every season ran me out of it because I like a big, long story arc with characters. And I get that with Stranger Things.
I'll give season 3 another shot. I do think season 2 was a main culprit because it was season 2 where it starts off with like the other group of like mutant kids, and then they kind of adopt the shaved head girl. 7, 11. Like that whole angle I didn't like. I was like, no, she needs to be doing stuff with the boys. She needs to be with the group. What are we doing with this side story? I don't like it.
Yeah, so season 3, she is sort of gets to be somewhat of a normal girl, a regular story.
And was it season 2 where I think it's Will? No, the main kid that's not emo, but he was kind of he was very whiny. He was very Luke Skywalker in season 2.
Mike?
I think Mike. He was in it.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, he was whiny. Well, he was trying. They couldn't find 11. Is she still out there? I miss her. Where is she? I can't find her.
And then like she comes back, and he's still kind of like, shut up. Like I hate how they wrote him, and that was egregious to me. I said, what are you doing? You had all this to play with. It was like the reverse Cobra Kai. It's like, oh, the world was yours and you flushed it away.
Paul Reiser is pretty cool. He was
just in general, yeah.
His character was neat in season 2 because he worked for the quote unquote bad guys, but he really wasn't. He was just a doctor and then saw some real ass shit.
Shit's real.
I just thought I liked the invasion of the body snatchers thing in 3 with the stepbrother being the fucking bad guy. And he's got to get cool. He's too hot.
I like that guy.
Yeah, and there was way more of him in season 3.
He's good.
2 was all right. I liked 2 at the time, and then 3 came out. I liked 3 a lot better. We got more Steve the Hair Harrington. We got him being a abysmal failure at trying to pick up chicks.
Yeah, and I think one of the things I liked, when they brought in Max and 80s hair brother, was like the emotional, like, oh, they come from a troubled home, and he's pretty much takes. I was like, man, that's really good stuff. But combining it with some of the other elements in play, it's just too mishmashy. It didn't really work for me. But I am going to give season 3 another shot because I'll be honest with you, I don't remember any of it.
It's kind of funnier, I think, overall. I would say I think 3 is probably the funniest season because now I like a show where there's been some crazy shit. So season 1 wasn't really too funny. There was some weird shit going on that no one could figure out, and it was disturbing. But by season 3, all of these main characters have been through the shit and come out of the other side of it. So we kind of get to see where do you go from there when you have these weird bonds. Like, why would Steve the Hair Harrington have a bond with any of these kids? But after season 2, when they're fighting off all those dogs and shit, but then life goes on, and he's just like, he helped save the United States, but he just works at an ice cream shop now. I just like that silly stuff.
See, those scenes initially like turned me off. I was like, what are these scenes? Why are we at the mall? I
and
don't
malls
care
are
about
cool.
those characters. Like, let's get to the spooky spook stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'll definitely give it another shot. I just thought we were gonna stay more on the tracks where we were. We definitely took some turns. Obviously, you can't keep doing the same stuff, although I would have preferred if they tried. I mean, that's why you tune in.
I feel like
Things.
2 tried to to do 1 plus with, you still had the facility, you still had the Demogorgons. Now there's more of them.
Yeah. And the tone, like just the marketing, I still remember it. Like, because Stranger Things 1 hits, that's a hit. Everybody loves it. When season 2, next October. Okay, awesome. They start putting out trailers and images, and you see the kids dressed up for Halloween. They're dressed up as Ghostbusters. And I'm like, yeah, that's the tone. That's what I need. That's what I like. And you're coming through. So then season 3, when we're like, we're at the mall. I'm like, no. You're going the wrong way.
But I miss the mall.
I know you do.
That was when the mall was new.
So clean.
New and fresh. In like, that's what I'm saying. Like 3 is like the Thor Ragnarok of the series. It's just the bad guys are Russians and their secret base is under the mall in America. I love that.
I don't even remember that. God,
it's so cool. And then there's that Terminator-looking Russian guy that keeps hunting Hopper, and he keeps fighting him.
That I kind of remember.
He's outmatched.
All right, I'm definitely gonna give
it another shot. It's worth it to see Mike's mom at the pool.
Hey, I'm trying to see if there's like a Rotten Tomatoes for the individual seasons, just to see what. Oh, there is. Found it. So season 1. 97% Rotten Tomato score, 97. Season 2, we dip a little bit, 94%. So just a 3-point dip.
Now stop. Let me guess. Season 3, I'm going to say 86.
89. So a 3-point drop initially, and then a 5-point drop. Nothing too bad. I do remember people enjoying season 3 quite a bit. So that's fine.
A lot of it too was in the summer, 4th of July. They always give you like a different holiday, I feel like, but I guess not, because season 2 was right around Halloween. It just ends at the Winter Dance. But it's at 4th of July, summer vacation. That always makes me feel good. It made me feel good. And I know that's not what you want from Stranger Things. You don't want a feel good sci-fi action series, but it just did. I was like, I remember the mall. I remember summer vacation. He's singing the Never Ending Story song with that nerdy girl over the walkie-talkies. I appreciate its Temple of Doom attempt to not be like the other ones.
I agree with that. I'll give you that. I just wish they turned into like weirder territory, not feel good territory, I guess.
I mean, it's fucking weird that the Russians have a base under the mall.
It's like, hey, you listening? There's a Russian base weird. Under the mall. There's body snatchers.
There's body snatchers. Yeah, he gets hot. He needs to cool off. Getting them moms hot in the neighborhood.
And I'll be honest, I just don't remember a lot of it. Like the Russian part.
That happened to me.
Because the season 4 trailer hits, and the whole thing was just like vague, snow, vague, cold, vague. And then they show Hopper, and they're like, oh, he's alive.
His goddamn name.
He's alive. Is it a Russian camp? Oh, he's fucking growl. And I was like, okay. Like, I didn't know where we were picking up from, so I couldn't appreciate the trailer even. So I'll give it a shot, but I will wait until season 4 rolls around, and I'll just freshen up beforehand.
I had a lot of 2 and 3 mixed up in my mind until my wife started rewatching it. Our 11-year-old started watching it for the first time. Because there were things where I'm like, oh, I thought this happened in that season. I guess it happens in this season. And the things I remembered fondly about Max and the stepbrother, and like where that story goes, and the hate he's holding on to, and why is he such a piece of shit and all of that's in 3. So I'm like, yeah, I guess I just like 3 better.
Well then. Well then.
Never ending story.
Doobie doobie doo.
I'll never forget. Like, oh, Chris, you haven't seen the Never Ending Story? It's a classic. You have to see it. I'm sure it holds up. And like 3 minutes in, I'm like, this does not hold up. And if you still like it, it's completely, that's okay, but it's nostalgia. Because it's like me liking Karate Kid 3. I know that movie was not good, but I like it. But you can't argue with me that Neverending Story is good. It's kind of
I like when the horse dies and the kid cries. He's reading the story in the attic and he's like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's got cool shots. It's got cool moments in it.
There's the titty statues. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's terrible acting and awful special effects. And
I had such a crush on the childlike princess, childish princess, whatever she was called.
The childish princess. Artax. Wasn't that his fucking Artrax? What's his horse's name?
I think that's it.
Artax?
Yeah.
Atreyu.
Oh, I'm a rock monster. Who's down there?
That guy I like.
He was fun.
I'll tell you what, man. Danielle Harris on Instagram is the follow that keeps on giving.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's been doing some photo shoots lately, and I'm like, all right, go on.
Mad respect. Never ending story. Man, we got off on a tangent on that thing.
Are you practicing that song for one of your new bands or something?
No.
It's just in your head, huh?
No, new bands. What are you talking about?
Nothing. I'm talking about
Katie's got bands. Dad bod's coming. 522, baby. 522. Beer
I got
Geeks.
The tattoo yesterday. I got it in Roman numerals. 522. I'm hyped. I can't wait.
I'm hyped too. Do you understand if this gets canceled, how pissed I'm going to be?
As pissed as I was when our show got canceled. Probably.
That couldn't have happened. It couldn't have happened at a worse time for America.
The old WrestleMania. Yeah, we're about a year away from that shit.
Yeah.
Because that was going to be like a WrestleMania little like show / dad bod show. And we were just going to take it over. Let's step aside, everyone. I'm drunk. Everyone back up.
We were going to play One Trick Pony in March. And instead I did a live stream. And then I still stupidly remember then like maybe the WrestleMania show will still happen though. Maybe they'll have it figured out in a month.
Yeah, it'll be gone by Easter.
I don't know. They lock it down. They put some people over there. Wait till they're better, and we still have a WrestleMania show. No wrong.
No chance.
And have Simpy for us. You can have Simpy. There would have been no better way to do the first live podcast with you and I than hosting a WrestleMania event at a wrestling bar.
Man,
so God, shit, damn it.
We'll figure it out. We'll get back there once the world's slowly starting to heal. Heal yourself, and we will. We'll figure it out. Make some appearances, have some laughs, have some drinks,
have a few laughs.
What else do I have on my notes here? I have so much, and I looked at I was like, we got 15 minutes left. I've got Halloween Kills. I've got John Wick. I've got Louis C.K. Did you see this clip of Louis C.K.? He's got a new comedy special. All I've seen is like a 4-minute clip where he talks about, his shenanigans, his war crimes. And it's funny, and I hate it. I hate that it's funny. I hate that he's funny. I'm like, oh. You can't be making light of it. You did some fucked up shit, Louis. I don't know. When does it
come out?
I think it might be out
on his website.
Yeah, because he still does that. So you got to go to louisck.com, and it's Sincerely Louis is the name of the special. And it's a really funny bit, and it upsets me how funny it is.
It's interesting that's like the preview bit too.
Oh, let's just nip it in the bud. Let's get it out there. It's got me interested in the whole show, unfortunately. Yeah. He knows what he's doing. He's a good businessman. And he makes so light of it, like it's so casual and fun that it's like forgivable, and it makes it feel like the women involved kind of forgave him, because he talks about like, even if they give you their permission, just don't do it. So he's kind of shifting the blame their way a little bit, because of fucking course you are. That's just the classic move, to just shift blame. And I'm like, oh, I feel so dirty watching this. Oh, that made me laugh. Now I feel worse.
Yeah, so you can't be him and be how you are and not address it. You know, it's you sort of don't want him to, because you don't want to like endorse. You don't want to like financially support him addressing it. But of course he's going to. He
does it in like a shitty way too. He's like, because he kind of like makes a little innuendo about it, and that gets a little laugh, like, haha, because you're a pervert, I get it. And then he's like, do you want to talk about it? Should we talk about it? Fine, we'll talk about it. Like, you don't have 5 planned minutes that are about to hit, you fucking asshole.
Right.
I hate that. Oh yeah, that was all improvised. Oh, interesting. I hate that shit.
Yeah, and that's not usually his style.
You want to talk about it? Fine, well, let's talk about it.
I don't know.
Louis.
It's tricky. I don't want to. I don't want to condone that shit, but I also want to hear what he had to say about it. I don't know. I don't even like to talk about it anymore.
Let's talk about.
I mean, we don't have to change the subject. I just mean in general, like,
I forgot about him.
Yeah,
like I knew he existed. I know he was still popping up at the Comedy Store and the Cellar
working on
from
material.
time to time.
I figured a special was coming,
and he had his the loyal CK heads is what I call them. Like I'm sure he was. I'm sure he. Oh yeah, I'm sure he was still selling out shows. I would probably not as many. Oh God. Damn! That's that new
around.
That's that new Ring doorbell right there.
Yeah, right. You leave that pizza down the street, and I'll come get it. Come all the way up to my door.
Leave it at the curb.
Yeah. Holy moly! Man. He let it fly. Oh boy! See, but Louis also doesn't seem like the type of guy who would embrace it either. Like, he doesn't seem like the guy that's like, yeah, screw them. I'm still out here doing comedy. Like, why is everyone so offended all the time? That's not really his jam.
No, he's the exact same tone, same casual nature about talking about fucked up shit. Because he always talks about fucked up shit in a very casual and fun, loose way. And it's same thing. He just happens to be talking about him masturbating in front of other people who don't to be doing that. So it's weird. Duh.
Yeah, I would just, man, I probably wouldn't ever do that.
Yeah.
I'm not trying, I'm not comparing myself. I'm just saying.
Night is young.
Like, shit. That would be like terrifying for me.
What?
Like, now I wouldn't enjoy that. It wouldn't be like, hey, can I do this? I'd be like, oh my God. I would have like a nightmare about that happening.
And he talks about how like that's his thing. It's like, oh, it sucks that everybody knows my thing. Obama knows my thing. Obama doesn't know your thing. You're all very lucky that nobody knows your fucking secrets. And it, kind of funny, but then you just got to remember, yeah, he did that. He did that though. They didn't want him to do that. At least so I didn't do a deep dive. Like Sarah Silverman's like, yeah, he asked. I said, yeah, and it was fine. I quite enjoyed it, actually. And that's fine. If the stories were all like that, that's actually kind of hilarious. But it sounds like some of the stories were not like that.
Yes.
So that's the difference, isn't it?
And I don't know. I can believe that he is dumb enough at that stage of his career to not understand the power dynamic of him being him and them being like, feature acts or something, and how that's like, well, they kind of felt like they had to say yes because they would like a career.
Well, I don't know about that.
I mean, all I know is the little bits and pieces of the stories I've heard.
I've met a lot of female comics. They are not shy. They will
Sure.
tell you to shut the fuck up or put your dick away real quick.
Yeah, but do you want to say like, no, come on, and then you're like, hey, you don't want her featuring for you. She sucks. She can't. She's not even funny.
Well, I know John Lovitz was a similar way. He would always have
His penis out.
the local female comedians open for him for a reason, because he would try his war crimes shenanigans. He would do his stuff, and I was like, John,
Why are so many
gross.
comics just like weird, slimy people?
I don't know.
You don't have to, like, all the way down to like horrible people like Cosby.
You don't. Well, that's different.
I know, but I mean,
this one, you don't have to prey
good.
on female colleagues, the female comedians. Like, there's gonna be groupies. There's gonna be comedy who is there that you can, do whatever you want and everything's consensual and awesome. But man, I don't know. Maybe it is that power thing. Maybe you're right. Gross.
I'm saying maybe I could see him being a younger comic himself, not understanding the power dynamic and them feeling the pressure to not, I don't want to be the prude female comic chick, even though I really don't want to see his penis. I'm not going to be the one that says no.
Or they think it's a bit. They're like, oh, he's actually doing it. Oh, Jesus, he's actually doing it. He's doing it. He's going. Please stop. See a titty, just please fit. Here's a potted plant in the corner. Just do it over there. Gross.
Yeah, find the record player like American Horror Story.
Here you go. Halloween news. Just got to mention it real quick. They just continued. Yeah, it's just the continuation of the hype train. It's like the first one on crack. This one, the actress who plays Allison says, it's a next level Michael Myers revenge.
I'll smoke crack to tell you about it.
Some words that piqued my interest. She talks about we see Michael. I think Lori and Allison and Karen pissed him off a little bit by locking him up in the basement because his retaliation is next level. The words, like revenge, retaliation. I'm like, oh shit! Like, we haven't seen that yet, because in this universe, it's 1978, which is that's not retaliation. That's just I want to kill some people.
Yep.
And here they are. This one, more the same. Like, I've escaped and I'm gonna kill some people. I like it.
Which I loved that they did it that way.
So this one, like, the motive has changed, and that is very interesting to me. Retaliate, it's angry Michael Myers, like, because if it was like, once again, like, just happenstance, I'm killing these firefighters, I'm killing whoever gets in my way. But now, like, he has a goal, and that goal is retaliation. Is that what she's hinting at?
I love it.
Oh, I
love it. It's because even in the original part 2, when you find out he is going after Laurie Strode, even then it's not revenge. It's just some weird bloodlust of murder. But man, when he's coming after you because he's pissed.
Could you imagine?
Good Lord. He stepped on a guy's head just because.
Because he was yelling at him.
Yeah.
Don't yell at me, bitch.
Stomp. Can you imagine him mad trying to find you?
We're going to find out. April, May, June, July, September. 7 months. 7 months away.
Tipping over shit?
Yeah, was he a cat?
No, I was flipping tables over, looking for you.
Oh,
tearing the whole town apart, looking for you specifically, instead of you just happen to cross his path and maybe he'll kill you, maybe he won't. Now he's mad and he's looking for you, and I think there will be less maybe he won't.
And it probably,
if you're in between me and wherever they are, I'm going to kill you.
And that probably makes it easier, made it easier. The movie's been done for 2 fucking years. It probably made it easier for them script-wise, because in the first one, Halloween 2018, they're like, how do we get these guys in the same room together? Jesus Christ. So they had to get the cops involved and coincidentally bring X to Y and cross paths here. This, like, oh, he's mad. He wants to go after them. We're done already. Like, we're done.
Car, or he has a ambulance radio or something. Like, he has a way to try and track them down.
And I still I think I mentioned it like a month or 2 ago. I do think we get him talking. I think, and I was thinking of this recently, and it's funny.
In this one though, or in 3?
Yes, probably in this one. But if they save it for 3, that's fine. I would love it if, and it's funny you bring up Cop Car, he's got a radio, because I would enjoy hearing his voice but not seeing him on camera. Like, maybe he's pretending to be a cop, so like we Scream. Get like a gruff voice where it's just like, car 12 en route, or whatever the fuck. So he's gaining intel or something like that, and like we don't really even get it at first because we're following the cop, and it's very intense. And he's talking to one cop on this channel, and then he's calling out for car 12, and so can't really tie it together real quick. But on, of course, that second watch, we're all like, "Oh,
that was him talking.
That was him."
I think that's where you know what? I didn't really even think about that until you mentioned it. Even though it is a central motivation for Sartain in 2018 is him speaking.
They lean too heavy on it for us tonight. Act 1, the pizza goes in the oven. God damn it.
Act 4, that pizza better talk. I better hear talking pizza.
Yeah, like Pizza the Hut. I need to see it.
That is a place you can go that will also, not that you would need to do this necessarily, but if you wanted to sort of have a stamp on your trilogy of Halloween movies, like, and then in that, when they did those ones and then he talks at the end, like, that's crazy. He never talked for 40 years. Of our lives. That's the thing, like, even in their universe, it has been 40 years since he was locked up. But think about it for how many people where it's been my entire life, and even longer than that, where he has not said a goddamn word. And you want to keep up that tradition as much as you can, but at some point you cash in that equity. At some point, like, what's another good example? It's sort of like a false finish. Like, no one ever kicks out of this ever for 3 years, and then until someone does. And then it's like, oh my God.
It's about that build, like Thor's hammer.
Yes. Yes. He doesn't pick it up in Avengers 2. He moves it a fraction of a centimeter, and Thor freaks out. And then we get that payoff like 5 movies after that.
Yeah.
But it's a big payoff, baby.
It sure is. And I think if they do the talking, especially similar to the way I'm half pitching it, I think it would satisfy people who do want him to say something, which I fall in that camp because you've set it up that way, and I'm going to be disappointed in the writing if they don't. And I think it will also satisfy the people who aren't really keen on that, like, no, he's got to be silent, because it'd be very subtle, and it would just be, you could almost ignore it if you really wanted to. So I think it's kind of a best of both worlds situation.
Yeah, we don't really know. They don't mention if he was a quiet boy in general before the first murder. But we are led to believe that he had a normal day that day on Halloween and spoke like normal, Yeah. So maybe something from that time until now gets unlocked. Maybe whatever caused him to not speak. There's some kind of release, something happens with his character to make him speak. Yeah, that would be epic.
I think it should be, he should see the item that triggered the murder that day on Halloween as a boy, and he needs to see it as an adult. And I'll tell you what it is. I know what it is because I talked to John Carpenter and he was so open and willing. I think when he was a boy, he was trick-or-treating and he got some black licorice and he said, oh, motherfuckers are going to die for this. So I think adult, elderly Michael Myers needs to see some black licorice. He's just like, not this shit. Ah.
Or he eats it and he's like, it's actually not that bad this whole time.
He drops the knife.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. This was a big misunderstanding.
The credits, instead of hearing him breathing, it's just...
People will, I think people would falsely make the equivalent argument or whatever that they're like, well, Jason didn't talk either. But Michael Myers came first and Michael Myers knew how to talk.
And he's human.
And Jason is like a subhuman monster and does make sounds with his mouth in the first couple movies.
Yes.
You know, whereas all we got out of Michael Myers was a little bit of a groan when she blew his fucking hand off with a shotgun.
Yeah. And I think it's crazy, and this will be the last thing I say on the subject here
today.
Even all the shitty sequels, they still didn't have that motherfucker talk. They could have. They got Busta Rhymes in there. We're doing reality show. Like, they went so off the map.
You got magic runes tattooed on people's hands with alien babies in jars and shit.
But they never had him talk.
Nope.
Crazy.
And you know what? God bless him. Because that helped build up the equity that we have now.
It's a big edging load.
But you can't take it with you. It's like your ultimate in Overwatch. You're saving it for what? The next game? The next round?
Go. Yeah.
Use that shit. The round's almost over.
Yeah. Michael Myers is 84 years old. It's just Epsom salt. There, you said something. There we go.
I mean, if Laurie dies, if Allison dies, like, why?
Ooh, maybe what if that's when he says anything, like during the actual murder of Laurie Strode? They have not a conversation, but a moment.
Well, yeah, because that they built that up too. I think he'll talk to you.
Yes.
And they didn't.
If that doesn't happen, Jim, if they don't do it, what is it all for? Why do you have these words in your movie? They're too good for that. That's why I'll be so sad for them if they fuck it up, because they're too good to not follow through on their promise. That's a big writing sin. You have to come through.
Yeah, and don't worry about the fans. The ones that'll be pissed off are dumb, and you know what? If you do it well, they'll forgive you. And like, no one got pissed off when someone kicked out of the DDT or whatever.
And then you can sell Michael Myers pull string voice box dolls where he says the line from the movie.
Yeah, he doesn't have to turn into Sideshow Bob. I don't need him to start speaking in a British accent and it's like sounding normal and shit.
Yeah, and I think he's like the perfect age because he's up there now in age. So I think that'll probably sound kind of cool too.
Yeah, what do you sound like after not using your vocal cords for 40 plus 50, 55 years?
Yeah. Well, we'll see in 7 long months. You're right, though. That's why I'd like to think that it's the second movie, because somebody big's going to go by the end of the second movie, leading to the third movie, and I hope it's Laurie. Yeah, and then we get movie 3 is who fucking knows, or it's going to be Karen, maybe even Allison. Peanut Butter Dick is fucking been dead, so that sucks.
If it's Allison and we have Laurie still alive
they're both pissed. Retaliation versus retaliation. Yeah. They're just driving towards each other in a game of chicken.
Yeah. I don't
please,
think Laurie would give a fuck at that point.
Please hit up the patreon.com/notlikethis. The movie watch along is awesome. The wrestling rabbit hole is well worth the price of admission.
Yes, you get your money's worth on that one for sure.
And we've got some other projects in the pipeline, movies, wrestling stuff. and maybe some music stuff. Jim's always talking about maybe doing some music stuff, little droppings for you, some side.
I do talk
joints
about
for
that,
you,
and I don't really come through. But
well, now that I've shamed you publicly,
maybe we need more patrons.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, let's. When we get 10 patrons, Jim's gonna do. He's gonna do some bonus musical drops for you. And of course, facebook.com/notlike-this-podcast. That's where I post these episodes for you. All episode I've been thinking, do I post that Louis C.K. video in there? I'm not. If you want to see it, you can go. You'll find it.
Yeah, you go find it yourself.
You find it,
please.
Yeah. But that's gonna do it. Episode 169. Thank you for listening. I'm Terry Silver, and I'll see you in season 4.
No chance.